So the video about outros will be shorter because it is completely similar to intros. You can have a different approach to outros depending on the story you want to tell, the purpose of the track, its place as a single piece or part of an EP or an album. It's exactly the same as an intro. You can add different genres. You can reuse main elements of your track and just make them slowly disappear. It's like you take the intro, but you reverse it. Instead of introducing new elements, you make them slowly disappear. You make them say goodbye to the people, kind of. So yeah, for this one, for example, I was doing kind of a mix of psytrance and bass music. So the genre is different. I still have some main elements of the track that are still here. You can hear them completely like before, but a little different because I changed the genre, so the vibe kind of changed. Then I go back on kind of a verse and I make it disappear slowly. Just a slowly disappearing kick bass. And basically that's how you settle the story, is like how you end your story. It's similarly to an intro, you can recall main hooks while removing the kick bass directly, or with the low pass to go deeper, or with the high pass to go lighter, sense of rising, like I told you in the bridges and build up. Like you can go into a lighter end of your track by using high passes and removing the basses. You can fade out the volume, which was popular in the 50s and the 80s because it was much more technical to do, but I think it still works well. You can do, yeah, like I just said, different genres. You can do down tempo, you can do bass music, you can do cumbia, whatever, like whatever you really feel like depending on the last chorus of your track, you're really free to do whatever you want. Similarly to a break or a bridge, actually. And you can also do no outro at all. Like if your track is in the middle of an EP or an album, and then your next track have a long intro, or basically you want the transition between the two tracks to be seamless, so one ends on a chorus and the other one start on a verse, you can just remove your outro completely and end up on reverbs. And that's about it. That's just a way to shock people. End up on a kick bass. Add the bass line here. That's a way to starve people for the next stuff happening. Because if a track suddenly stops on nothing, people want more. I mean, it can be kind of a way to motivate them to listen to the next track of your album or EP, because the track suddenly ends. There's no 4 minutes of outro, long outro going down and like being really interesting. But then they need something. Like you ended on a chorus, you can't do that. Like it's not fair. So yeah, if the last chorus of your song is massive and is so strong and so powerful, and like you have all the elements happening and it's so interesting, there's some melodies and atmospheres and leads, then it's sufficient to end on kind of a gasp, and people will most likely want to re-listen to this track or this part in particular. And then, yeah, if you have more questions on outros, you can actually rewatch the intro section because it's completely the same stuff but put backwards. And I'm going to talk a bit about how to build tension, keep cohesion in the track, and then how to bend the rules. I've done most of that in all the previous videos, so I will just make a quick summary about it.